So RELL just dropped what's probably the biggest news of the year, because for those that don't realize how fast time has been moving, movie 1 was last year. Movie 1 wasn't even in 2024. It's damn near 2025, it feels like. But regardless, we got some movie 2 information and release date to go over and what's actually gonna be in that. We also got a clip of the depths in RELL, and we also did get some like PvP type clip. But before we talk about that, let's actually go over movie 2 information, because this is probably, like I said, the biggest info we've gotten in a long time. So as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, the release date, the official release date for the game will be in movie 2, so that's part of why movie 2 is a really big deal. And also along with that, in movie 2, we're gonna see hockey for the first time. We're gonna see devil fruit and weapon combat with abilities. We kind of seen that in the devlogs, but it's gonna be, I assume, better now. And probably the thing I'm most excited for, you guys can tell me what you're most excited for, but me personally, it's got to be bosses. We are gonna see bosses finally for the first time, or I guess we kind of seen a small clip of an outdated boss in the last RELL teaser, but I don't think that counts. And they also did give us a little bit of new information on the bosses in RELL, which we'll go over in a second. But as they said they would do this month, they finally did drop the release date for movie 2. They first pinged everyone and said the movie release date will be on Be Right Back, Walking My Dogs, and then they said July 15th to July 20th, depending on the recording, editing, and bug fixes. And they also kind of said the reason it's going to be in a while is so they have time to do the SFX content, because apparently they've done a lot of new features, they said, and they need time to actually put the SFX for the new features in the game. And for those that don't know what that is, that's sound effects, by the way. But I believe this is good news and bad news in some ways. So the maximum time it could be from now is a month from now, literally exactly a month. And if we're lucky, we could get it in about 25 days from now. And obviously this also affects the release date for the actual game, because of course the actual game release date is going to be in the movie, which is going to be on July 15th to July 20th. Now what I'm hoping for is the release date for the actual game will be not that far from the actual movie, so hopefully just a few weeks after. I do think it will definitely suck if they're like, oh, release date for the game is in September. Like, that's going to kind of be trash in my opinion, because at that point everybody that's watching is like, oh, I got summer to play RELL, and they're like, oh, well, as soon as summer ends, we go give you guys RELL. I mean, obviously they're not going to rush the game, so if it just kind of becomes a thing where they have to wait until summer's over, hey, it is what it is. But I do hope they drop movie 2 and then the actual release date for the game is like either early August or late July, like a week or two after the movie. Now I will say that's probably not that likely, to be honest. We're probably getting hoed, but hey, I'm hoping. But obviously that's just my personal guess, so maybe I'm missing some information that they said somewhere that makes it more likely to be one way. So let me know in the comments when you guys think it will drop, but that's just what I'm thinking currently, especially when you consider all the testing phases that haven't even started yet and the early access phases for gold and silver. I feel like it is getting really unlikely that we will get RELL season summer, so that does suck. Is some sad news, I won't lie, but we do have some other good news to go over, and let me show you guys that. Here's the new boss information I was talking about earlier. They said we took inspiration from Shadows of Mordor and Elden Ring for bosses in RELL. You'll need to learn the attack patterns and all. And now I'm not gonna lie, I know about Elden Ring, I don't really know about Shadows of Mordor, I won't lie. And also that new Elden Ring DLC dropping soon, so let me know if y'all playing that. But this probably means the bosses are going to be a lot more complex compared to like some GPO type spam bosses that barely have any type of real attack pattern. We'll probably see in movie 2 exactly how difficult it's going to be and exactly how it's going to work, but I'm just guessing based on what they're saying now. But I think if there's like a main takeaway you could probably get from this, it's probably that the bosses are going to be relatively difficult and also relatively skill based, because I mean, if they're based on Elden Ring bosses, I don't know about Shadow of Mordor, maybe they're not skill based in that game, but it's probably going to be skill based is my point. And I would definitely say that's good news. That's honestly how I wanted the bosses to be, so hey, that's a W for me. Now like I said earlier, they also dropped some sneaks of the depths, and if you guys don't know, the depths are also going to be in movie 2. I'm pretty sure that's not 100% confirmed, but he kind of did allude to it, so I would probably expect to see the depths in movie 2 as well. But if you guys see in this video, it looks pretty cool from what we see so far. The people who have the RELL subscription did see this a million years ago, so he's not lying when he does say the depths are outdated in this video. I'm sure it looks a lot different now, or maybe not a lot different, but I'm sure there are some changes to make it look even better. But what I am wondering is, I'm hoping you could use your fruit underwater, or you're gonna have to have a gun that works underwater. You're gonna have to have something to hit these fish, because you are not hitting these fish with your hands. They're way faster than you. Maybe they're gonna have harpoons or something to hit these sea beasts, but I promise you ain't beating these sea beasts with no melee fighting style. Now they did also show us a video of some of the new combat, or some of the updated combat, and I'm pretty sure he's actually using Rokushiki in this video, because if you look below, he put a gif of Rob Lucci, and also if you see he has like some type of flash step, and Rokushiki is the only thing I know that has something like that. At least at the top of my head, that's what I would assume it is. And also he put a gif of Rob Lucci, so he's basically making it obvious for us. But there's also some type of new slash effect when you swing your sword on at least this sword, but maybe even every sword in the game now, kind of like Holy War. Let me know if you guys like the little slash effect they have now. I honestly think it is a little bit about preference, but I think it looks cool, to be honest. Now when he knocks him in the video, video, you can see there's an option to lift and an option to bind. Now I'm assuming lift is to pick up, and they just put lift because it's shorter than pick up, and I assume bind is to actually like arrest them or kind of handcuff them. Now you might notice there's no grip option, so I'm assuming grip is like a key bind, and for these you actually have to like click on it physically, like with your mouse or something. But also I forgot to go over some other information they put out. RELL said, we will never release an unfinished project. Showing sneaks is already showcasing unfinished content. We want movie 2 to be a little bit more finalized content with minimum problems like random bugs popping up interfering with the recording. And if you guys see movie 1, you'll know what he's talking about. There was a lot of bugs in movie 1 visibly in the video, but I'm sure there was probably even more that they actually cut out of the video. So it looks like they will be bug testing most of the issues with like their inner testers or whatever and patching that out relatively soon. Now like I said, it looks like they're not going to be releasing the game if they don't feel like it's ready, which is honestly probably the best option. What I don't want to see happen is people rush them to release the game and be like, release the game, we don't care if it's buggy, and then they don't like the game because it's buggy and stop playing and quit the game. Me personally, and I feel like a lot of you guys watching could probably handle the bugs, but not everybody, I promise you. Now let me know when y'all think RELL will drop, like I said, but also I will keep you guys updated on movie 2, and I will be streaming the actual movie 2, kind of like how I did with movie 1 if y'all were there for that. So if you guys don't want to miss that or any other content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And I know you keep saying you go subscribe later, but you're not subscribing. Even the button lights up on YouTube now when I say subscribe, I'm pretty sure. So literally hit that button. I'm telling you, it's a good button, gives you good luck and shit like that. But if I'm being for real, it just helps the channel a lot, and we almost at 50K. We on that road, so I'd appreciate if y'all did that. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Later.